It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Kansas City. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. He'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Now Stroud. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The pickup there, 5 yards. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 9. Stroud working out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Throwing now is Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick 6. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Pirine. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Again, here's Pirine. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Here now, 2nd and 4. The tight end in motion right. Mahomes going to throw. And this pass caught by Gray. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Pirine. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Samaje Pirine, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Pirine. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Stroud looking to throw. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of action. Going deep for Diggs, and that's caught inside the 35. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing now is Stroud. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Collins. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. The throwing again is Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Stroud to throw it. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Schultz. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Rolling to his left. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Stroud. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was C.J. Stroud who finished off that drive with the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this 1st half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. final shot before the half from Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And Kelce's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll get this up to the 32. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down and 4. Now Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Finding room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Mahomes to throw once more. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Butker on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
He'll complete this one to Collins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Dumps it off to Mixon. So the completion gets him just a yard. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Stroud off the play fake. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. But we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
KC's offense ready to take over. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jalen Petrie picking up the sack on a safety blitz.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This for the lead in the final stages. Butker's kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Stroud and the Texans down 17-14, a minute 50 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Stroud to throw it. He gets this complete to Diggs. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Second and 6 coming up. Stroud. That one complete. It's tanked down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. That's complete. It's Collins. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them in bounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Stroud. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. The Chiefs will use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes gets this to the former Texan, DeAndre Hopkins. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Here's 1st down. Mahomes to throw it. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Kansas City.